Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thrive Labs, the place to bring your trading performance and technical analysis to the next level and learn all about how to scale your trading and become increasingly more consistent in your performance. Today, we're going to be talking about Bitcoin as it seems to be struggling at its current level. So let's dive straight into it. Before we do, get ready to smash those likes, hit the subscribe button so you're always up to date with the latest trading updates that I'm going to be giving out here on YouTube, aside from obviously the day trading updates where I go far more in depth and go about my day trading setups within the community, within the tribe. But for now, I want to focus on what is the chart doing, because Bitcoin is holding support levels, important support levels, but has seen some heavy volatility within that. This makes up for a rather choppy area where a lot of people right now are confused and not sure whether Bitcoin is still continuing on showing its signs of strength, or whether it is actually starting to really chop around, shaking out your weak hands, basically, if you are trying to trade this. And for many people, it is really difficult, seemingly a very difficult trading environment that is rather choppy. However, with the right tools and the right knowledge that I am going to be bringing you right now, this should be a lot easier to navigate through. And the point that I want to make here is we have arrived at a point after the $32,000 breakout. We broke out, made new highs for the year towards that $35,000 and have seen some upward sloping price action. Now, if you have watched my previous videos, then you already know everything that there is to say about this piece of price action. But it also makes up for a rather choppy environment that can be really confusing. And this is really where you have to rely on your ability to read the chart correctly, stay calm and collected. But most importantly, know what is the expectation of the price, right? Because when we first broke out, we started already this initially a sideways range, which at that point in time is a lower time frame range. However, as time progresses and price is also progressing, but not necessarily in the way that most people want to, which would be either most preferably a strong break to the upside, and if you are bearish, a strong break to the downside. Price instead continues to range onwards and forming that bigger consolidation region. Now, with that development in price, this is something that is almost impossible to know in advance for how long price is going to behave this way. But that is why you have to use the tools to your availability to adapt for these kind of situations. And that is what we are doing currently. Price has now been doing something similar like this for almost a month. So naturally, if you are looking to, let's say, trade this upward sloping range from top to bottom and from high to low, it is really unrealistic to expect all of that to happen within a single day. We have had a drop down, which, was also covered on a past YouTube video. So, check out this channel, by the way, because there's really a lot of golden nuggets and a lot of, pretty accurate foresights that I've been doing throughout literally the entire year on the Bitcoin chart. A lot for you to learn here. It is for free. If you want to take it to the next level and really want to get serious about trading, then we also offer a subscription service where you can stay up to date throughout the day and really learn, trade alongside me and the community as the day is simply evolving on the chart. Just wanted to put that out there. But basically, back to the point at hand, this kind of a drop, which did see a drop to the rotation, as a rotation to the downside of the range. But this drop also did not, come into play in a single day at all. It took multiple days after the high has been put in to first put in a sideways range, and then eventually over 3 days, to be precise, ever since we left that local range, we took our time to drop to the downside. So it is unrealistic to simply expect that this is for day trading. This is not for day trading anymore. Let's say here, this was indeed for day trading, right? This, well, I will show you in a second, was for day trading. Then we had a deviation having an upward sloping channel coming back into play, playing back into the swing, into the bigger trades. So what I'm on about, this is the channel that I've shown you multiple times now in multiple videos. It is a channel connecting candle close to candle close. And as you can see, it is still till today fairly well respected. However, this is also for me the time to take a good hard look at the chart and think like, okay, we are now having this kind of price actions. We've seen multiple deviations and we are simply still in a similar environment. But we're also not really making any real progression, as it seems that Bitcoin is actually struggling. So what can we do from here? Well, first of all, we can try and frame the overall price action on the higher time frames. Now making a nice channel connecting from this low to this low to this high, framing actually all the price action, only to come to the conclusion that it is and has been respected and therefore a very valid channel. However, now that due to the fact that this takes already quite a long time, this is not realistic to expect something, full on rotation to the day, right? And now immediately, instantly, it becomes super clear why Bitcoin is struggling at the place that it is. Because we are simply at the midline of the channel. Right? That is the facts. That is what we are doing here, by the way, right? This is a channel created on the BitGet chart. By the way, my favorite exchange. It is an exchange that I trade off on every single day. If you're interested in this, then you can follow the link. It will give you a lifetime 15% discount on your fees. I can guarantee that it is for lifetime because that 15% discount on the fee is paid by myself. So I'm providing that discount myself, not the exchange, and therefore I can guarantee that it is a lifetime 15% discount off your fees. For day trading, this can be extremely beneficial on your fees when you are trading. So you are welcome in advance. Do make use of it, because it will help you in the long run save a lot on fees. Back to the chart at hand. So what the reason why we are stalling here and why we're struggling over here is very clear. We are simply now at a midterm time frame levels. But as you can see yesterday, and this is where we are starting to really see the struggle here, we have seen a drop and a big increase in price, and then yet another drop and another big increase in price without making any real advancements. Now, how can we go about this? This is seemingly randomly. And this is where we can start scaling down into a lower time frame. For example, using an older channel that we have been using in the tribe and traded very successfully for weeks on end now before we saw the big drop here. Giving us a lower time frame channel within a larger upward sloping channel. And that is how we can start making a good plan for what is going to be a swing trade and what is going to be a day trading or even a scalp trade if you are willing to dive even into the lower time frames. And that does provide us the answers why we have stalled at at the midline of the channel, and therefore the reason why we have stalled and seen a really bullish reaction locally at the very least, back to the place where we started off the day and where we continue to remain so. And as you can also see, that top line of the channel converges really nicely with that midline of the diagonal channel as well. And that shows us that there is multiple time frames participating at these levels, and therefore it is currently resistance. So how do we go from here? Is the struggle real? Is the chance high that we are still going to see higher prices? My answer is yes. And that is for the very simple reason that this upward sloping channels continues to represent a bullish character of the structure, and therefore simply the probabilities, never a guarantee, is the highest that we are going to continue upwards, right? So yeah, I just think higher prices to come, but we could very well see a rotation down of this channel, for example, at first, right? So the way that I'm looking at it is let's put this into practice. And this is a really educational video. So I hope that you appreciate this. Leave a like and subscribe button. Consider, joining the tribe as well, by the way. We are continuously keeping our head down and working really hard on developing that platform. As a matter of fact, this is how a member dashboard looks like actually. And we have actually introduced a really nice feature for the day traders among us, showing us when each and all the trading sessions starts, what kind of events we do have coming up. So for today, within the New York session, later on today in 6 hours and 23 minutes, we are having the FOMC minutes. If you want to learn what that really is about, there's also a description, and you can also sync it up with your own calendar. So, just just throwing it out there that we're really continuously developing this. Thrive Labs is not only a community, it is also a place of learning, but it is also going to be a place, or it is a place, a go-to one-stop shop really for all your trading needs. And we are making really great progression into, after long and hard working and designing these features, we are starting, you guys are now starting to see that come to fruition. And, I'm just really excited about that. So anyway, let's get back to the chart. I'm keep on getting distracted. Let's come to some conclusions here. So we've talked about meeting the different time frames and how we can expect to trade this. Personally, all the foundation has been put out now already in this video. We are having multiple time frames converging with each other, and that is also the way that how I am personally looking to trade it. So the final conclusion here on Bitcoin is immediate resistance. We have that here at 37,700, which marks the midline of an upward sloping channel, and at the same time it marks up the top of a more local channel. Now reclaim that, and then we have 38,000 first of all, right? 38,000, which is also putting in this high, but really honestly, I would really say that really makes the way clear for higher prices. Following that bullish market structure, my bias has still not changed. I'm still looking for higher prices overall. Doesn't have to happen today. We could have a retracement first before getting that upside potential. At the moment, I have no reason to think so that we are going to drop, because even that structure locally is simply being maintained. Very simple. Simply put, having that developed eye, I can see that on a whim, like in an instant, on how the chart looks like. It doesn't look bearish at the moment, so I think $40,000 is definitely a realistic target should we break to the upside, and that also, depending on how long that takes, would really line up really nicely with that top of the channel. So that is why I like that $40,000 a lot. By the time we get there, of course, I will reveal more details about that price level and what I expect then, but we are not there at the moment, as simple as it gets. So and in terms of support, when would that bias be invalidated? Well, for an immediate, at the moment, I think there's an immediate chance that we can simply continue going up. However, lose 36,800, in other words, the midline of this sideways channel, then that probability decreases that we're going to have that sooner rather than later. And, a deeper retracement is more likely, where $36,000 is going to be a crucial key level, where after we hit that, we could still make that turnaround, right? We could still make that turnaround and then go for that $40,000, albeit a bit later than, right now, essentially. Now, lose that level, that is the moment where we're gonna have to review the chart and look for levels further down below. I already have made the plan, I've already shared this, and I'm reinforcing this each and every day within the community. But for now, for this video, that falls a little bit out of scope, and you know, we're simply pretty far away from that. So you guys will have to work with these levels right now. 36,800 support, $36,000 next support. To the upside, we have, well, really very little resistance. $38,000 is one, although I would really not be surprised if we smash the level, you know, instantly. If we do get a rejection there, then I will not hesitate to take a short, but that will for me be a situational trade because I do expect higher prices. However, if the chart gives me a reason to short whenever, wherever, I will not hesitate to take one. And that is what I obviously always share in the community. When do I do what and how do I go about specific situations? And simply put, if that doesn't happen, $40,000 for me is next, if not higher. But by the time we arrive there, I will obviously have yet another update. Hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, please leave a like and subscribe. And with that, I'm closing off this video. Have a really brilliant day and see you in the next one. Cheers.